Okay, and welcome back. So day 3 of 5 of the IMC challenging questions. Remembering again, these are just the qualifying questions to get to the next round, and we'll do some of the next round questions another time. They're sort of slightly harder versions of these questions. So algebra, again, I think the key point here, remember, as before, these are non-calculator questions and you've got about 2 minutes. So you should not be spending a lot of time doing a lot of different maths here. So time yourself, give it a go. Let's see how we do. Okay, so on the face of it, not the most tricky of questions, and I'm guessing most of you have probably worked out what the answer is. The reason I chose this question is for 2 reasons. One, it's just a nice piece of algebra, and 2, it's a really good example of experience helping you get to the answer quicker. So let me show you what I mean by that. So on the face of it, I'll just write out the question again, and then I could try and deal with the right hand side, because that looks a bit like difference of 2 squares. So I could expand the brackets, and that's going to give me this thing here, which doesn't look very neat at all. So I try and make that a common denominator, so that I'm going to bring all the things at the top. It means I can have the denominator the same as x minus 1 and x plus 1. Now just pausing there for a second, because I'm going to show you a slightly easier way of doing it. There's nothing wrong with what I've done here, but I'm definitely doing a lot of algebra. It definitely feels like all these x plus 1s and x minus 1 should cancel out at some stage. But I'm having to do, again, a lot of working to get there. At this stage, I'm a little bit stuck, so I'm just going to have to just do the maths and expand and collect. So if I do the maths, I get x squared minus 1 plus 2x plus 2 minus 2x plus 2 minus 4. And of course, at this stage, what I do notice is the 2x's cancel, the 2, 2, and the 4 cancel, and that just leaves me with the classic, always appears in these sorts of questions, difference of 2 squares, which we hopefully already know is x minus 1, x plus 1. So there's my difference of 2 squares. I do the factorizing, which is going to give me x minus 1, x plus 1 over an x minus 1, which will then cancel. And that will give me the final answer, which is answer E, which is x plus 1 all over x. And if you got that, well done. Nothing wrong whatsoever with doing that method. It is just obviously a bit of an algebra trek in a limited time. Arguably a quicker way is that looking at those brackets again, if I just multiply it out first, I'm then left with a 4-term set of fractions that I need to combine in some way. What we could notice is in this bracket here and this bracket here, I've got a 1 minus x plus 1, and I've got a 1 plus x minus 1. And that's good, because that means that therefore, if I write it out, it will make a bit more sense. If I actually then look to, at this stage, make it into a fraction times a fraction times a fraction, well, the plus 1 and the minus 2 cancel to give me a minus 1, and the minus 1 plus 2 cancel to give me a plus 1. So actually then I'm just left with a whole load of factors, most of which will cancel. I've got an x minus 1 on the top and the bottom, an x plus 1 on the top and the bottom, cancel those out, and the answer falls out really neatly. So again, like I say, not the most tricky question in the world, but a case in point of just trying to occasionally spot something that's a little bit quicker that might get you to the answer faster. As ever, comment please below, do like the video, and do subscribe to see more of these videos come through in your feed. Thanks all.